In this video, we're going to highlight what is probably the trickiest part of transformations of graphs, and that is what we call the horizontal shrink or stretch. This will be a horizontal shrink because 2 is bigger than 1, and that's backwards from what we'd normally think. If we had a number between 0 and 1, we would have a horizontal stretch. But because 2 is bigger than 1, it's a horizontal shrink. Now, why is that? Well, recall from the vertical stretches and shrinks, f of x is really another way of just saying the y value associated with this particular x. And so we want the y value associated with this x for g of x, the rule g, to be the y value that was associated with twice that x for f. In other words, let's look up here. We have the point -8, 0. That is an f of x pairing. So when x is -8, f of x is 0. Well, we want g of x to equal f of 2x. So -8 is 2 times what? Well, it's 2 times -4, which means we want g of -4 to be the same thing as f of -8, which means that's going to take this point -8, 0, and divide the x value by 2. So we're now going to have the point -4, 0. We'll do a similar thing up here. We've got the point -4, 4. Remember, this is an f of x value. I should say this one, f of x. Well, we want g of x to equal f of 2 times x. That means the g that I want, the x that I want in this g, has to be an x such that -4 is 2 times it. That would be true of -2. So that means when we divide -4 by 2, we get -2. So g has a point at -2, 4. Again, we've got f is 0, -2. Well, the number that is half of 0 is still 0, so it turns out g is going to keep this same point. Four zeros a point on the graph. Again, g of x, we want an x that is half as big as the input of f, because the input of f was 2 times x. So the x that's half as big as 4 is 2. We have a point right here at 2, 0. And then finally we'll take, and so the procedure we're basically doing is we're leaving the y value the same, but we are dividing the x value by whatever number we see right there. So this x value is 6. 6 divided by 2 is 3. Leave the y value the same. We have the point 3, 4. But notice that's what we did everywhere. We divided the x value. -8 divided by 2 is -4. Left the y value the same. -4 divided by 2 is -2. Left the y value the same. We did that all the way through. And we get a horizontal shrink. The entire function f has been moved in towards the y-axis in order to get the function g of x.